набивать брюхо человеческой плотью, а карманы деньгами.
The West used to fill its belly with money and human flesh. This is what Putin said years ago. He explained his words about human flesh as a metaphor for wars. But no one expected that Putin meant exactly what he was saying. He seems to be the only one who knew exactly what was happening on Epstein Island. Years before his speech, this girl stepped out into the street, display for how many seconds with sound? She collapsed, screaming, "They have eaten my friend! They are eating humans!" And in just moments, the girl vanished from existence. And years before this girl, specifically during the 1990s, America in particular became notorious for cases of missing children and girls. To the extent that the media had a famous phrase which was,
"It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?"
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
to remind parents of the necessity to protect their children from abduction. These matters have saturated Western imagination with serial killers. We have long wondered why they appear in America, but after the Epstein files, the picture seems to have become clearer. What is even stranger is when you learn that Epstein himself was Jewish. He has a strong connection with Mossad. Here we move to another stage that explains to us in detail. Now we understand why European and American leaders can be pressured. The same cannot be done to the president of China and Putin. And stranger than all of that is the unexpected shock. The children of Syria were mentioned dozens of times in the documents, and this opens the door to a terrifying question. Where did thousands of children disappear after being imprisoned in Sednaya? We will narrate all this to you in detail in this chilling documentary, so stay with us. From the corridors of the U.S. Department of Justice, over 3 million documents flowed, rewriting the history of the greatest scandal. Prominent names in politics, finance, and entertainment suddenly found themselves under the harsh microscope of truth. British Prince Andrew has returned to take center stage. Trump, Arab leaders, and everyone with any power on this planet, no matter how minor, has a name in the Epstein files. Even Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, was not spared from the fallout of these leaked million-dollar files. Musk's correspondence revealed questions about Epstein's parties despite his desperate attempts to deny any connection to the island. U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick appeared as a visitor to the island, contradicting his previous claims of severing ties. Norway's crown princess Mette-Marit was mentioned hundreds of times in the correspondence, revealing a mysterious residence in Florida. In Slovakia, leaks toppled major political figures after Epstein's offers of young women to officials were revealed. The world today watches in astonishment as the island of pleasure transforms into a hub for managing global decisions through blackmail. Recent leaks confirm that what was hidden was greater and that Epstein's network extended to every European capital. Epstein established his own kingdom on Little St. James Island, later known as Pedophilia Island. With mysterious funds and shady connections, Epstein bought everyone's silence and built an impregnable fortress of vice and corruption. The island was not just a place of pleasure, but a scandal factory equipped with the latest global espionage technologies. Hidden cameras in every corner and recording devices that missed not a whisper documented the slips of both young and old. Ghislaine Maxwell, daughter of the British media mogul, was the mastermind and partner in luring victims. Maxwell and Epstein formed a sinister duo specializing in hunting women. Epstein used his private plane, the Lolita Express, to transport celebrities and politicians to his secluded estate. The guest list included presidents, kings, Nobel laureate scientists, and world-renowned artists. Everyone thought they were safe, while Epstein's lenses captured every moment to be used at the right time. In 2008, Epstein escaped a heavy sentence thanks to a secret deal with prosecutors, raising questions about who protects him. But justice pursued him again in 2019, leading to his arrest at Teterboro Airport in New York. Epstein's end in his cell was a mystery itself, as his death was announced under suspicious and doubtful circumstances. The prison cameras malfunctioned, the guards fell asleep, allowing Epstein to die, and with him, a large part of the global elite's secrets. But his death did not end the story. Rather, it was the beginning of opening Pandora's box, which still overflows with shocking truths. The island that was once a dream for the wealthy has become today a symbol of shocking moral and political decline. His network stretched from London's palaces to Paris's luxury apartments, from Manhattan to the Virgin Islands. Everyone who set foot on that island became a hostage in the hands of Epstein and the hidden forces behind him. But the most terrifying aspect of the story is Jeffrey Epstein's connection to the Israeli Mossad. Intelligence reports and media leaks strongly indicate that Epstein was originally a Mossad intelligence agent. Given Jeffrey Epstein's Jewish origins, it was unsurprising that the American press began to investigate his possible ties to Mossad, amid questions about his hidden roles beyond finance and scandals. These suspicions grew stronger through Epstein's close ties to the influential Jewish Maxwell family, starting with the father Robert Maxwell, then later the daughter Ghislaine Maxwell, as documents indicate that Epstein financed Robert Maxwell when he was on the brink of bankruptcy. Investigative journalist Julie Brown stepped in, affirming that Epstein's possible link to Mossad is not unlikely, based on a mysterious similarity in the circumstances of Epstein's and Robert Maxwell's 1991 deaths. The mission was clear: lure world leaders into honey traps and document their scandals in audio and video. Mossad used these tapes as a strategic leverage tool to control the foreign policy of major countries. Blackmail is the Mossad's classic playbook, and Epstein was the perfect tool to execute this plan. When an American or European politician falls into the island's trap, they lose the ability to say no to Israeli demands. Ehud Barak, former Prime Minister of Israel, was a frequent visitor to Epstein's home, reinforcing the intelligence connection hypothesis. The goal was to ensure Israel's absolute loyalty in global decision-making centers through the threat of exposing documented scandals. Recent leaks suggest that Mossad possesses a black archive containing videos of untouchable figures. This archive explains the complete silence of some leaders on sensitive issues or their unconditional support for certain agendas. Extortion was not limited to America. It extended to Europe, whose politicians fell into Epstein's trap. Epstein was the eye that never sleeps for Mossad within the heart of Western high society, gathering intelligence and hunting targets. Recent leaks revealed that Epstein had a reward system for girls who brought new victims. This hierarchical structure of corruption reveals the network's professionalism and its ability to renew and persist for years. Documents revealed that Epstein was communicating with United Nations officials, broadening the scope of the breach. Even academic circles at universities like Harvard and MIT were tainted by Epstein's money. The goal was to buy scientific and social legitimacy to cover up dirty intelligence and criminal activities. Leaks revealed a blacklist of flights, including names that were completely unexpected. Europe, proud of its human rights values, failed the Epstein test and allowed its politicians to be beholden to foreign powers. America, the superpower, found itself infiltrated from within by a prostitution ring run by a foreign agent. The recent leaks are the final bullet to the heart of the old world order built on dirty secrets. The leaks included more than 1,400 documents mentioning Syria, but notably, there was repeated focus on special reports about war children and camps. The most dangerous question: was the Syrian war an open ground for undisclosed medical experiments? In the first document, a Danish politician sends a UN report on polio in eastern Syria directly to Epstein. And the question is, why is a sensitive humanitarian file sent to a person accused of running a child exploitation network? In another document, the same correspondences return to discuss the future of the Middle East, the division of Syria, Kurdish autonomy, and an independent Druze entity. Here arises a more dangerous question. Who was Epstein to receive political briefings at this level? Was he merely a businessman, or the front for a hidden power network controlling international affairs? A third document reveals the sending of media reports on demographic change in Syria, passed through UN officials to reach Epstein again. All this suggests that the man was not an ordinary receiver, but a hub for information gathering and strategic analysis. In another briefing, detailed insights emerge about military defections and field events inside Syria, with precision even before their media release. It is as if there is a full operations room working for the unofficial president, as the documents describe. The man to whom Epstein bequeathed part of his fortune was responsible for health and technology files. And here returns the terrifying question: why this repeated concern for Syrian children? Was it truly an act of humanity, or a new gateway for a transnational exploitation network? Epstein is gone, Mossad is watching, the documents speak, and the truth no longer accepts division in two.